Hi, welcome back to channel TrainStation 2. Alright, hopefully the 99% strategy will work for us and we have a competitive edge over those who have completed 100%. Apparently, how you do that is that do not complete one of the 25/25 job. Alright, so speak later. A bit loud here. Okay, it's always more peaceful to speak in the region. So just to mention again, if you're wondering how to do that 99% strategy and why is it so, I will share a bit more. Generally, if you have completed one round of the job of any of this 25/25 job, you realize that the EP reset at the 1/25, which is 20 EP. But the fact that the quantity has actually increased a lot as compared to what you have been doing in the first round. So this is basically a so-called additional job that you need to do that actually makes you lose out. If let's say if you have all 3 or even 4 of them that are all of such high capacity requirement of your trains to deliver the high quality, at the same time they're only giving you a very tiny EP. What makes worse is if you have completed 100% of the event map, there'll be an add-on percentage to the quantities that required. And eventually you will definitely lose out if you're competing with people of 99% or people are basically literally not trying to complete 100% like myself. I'll definitely do that because I have experienced in previous events that once you have completed 100% of it, you know it's just going to be losing and there's no way you can get even top 5. So try your best. I have failed sometimes in getting this 99% strategy work because of sleepy eyes. So make sure if you could, you stop at 23/25 so that even your sleepy eyes will cause you 1 damage. That'll be 24/25. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm going to complete 3 of the jobs. Of course, I mean, if you do that, generally, it just means that you won't be able to hit that 64 EP job, which is 25/25 for one of them. You'll be very tempted, generally, to see if you could win by just doing that 64 EP. But just for that competition, unless you know that that is the last one, or that's the one that you're going to play, then I'll advise you not to do so. Because once you do that and you're tempted and you just get for that one single win, the rest of the competitions you'll be losing. Alright, so generally, again, I got to say this 2% thing doesn't work. I don't know how that we're gonna win this. My feeling is that round 3 or even up to round 6 we will be losing in the football team. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. It's just a fair matter of I think 50 times 6, there will be 300 keys. Of course, it's a bit painful, but like I said, it always goes with passion. I like football, that's why we go with football. But that's it. Not important. If you have chosen so-called swimming, I believe you'll be first throughout the 6 rounds because the developer methodology behind or the algorithm that you try to design this is not working at all. Okay, so if you're in swimming, congratulations. I should have heard one of the subscribers who actually advised me to choose swimming. Is it all because my own passion of choosing football? Otherwise, I will have an additional 300 event keys. Alright, but that's it. I mean, that's part and parcel of the fun. End of the day, more importantly is your own contribution as well. If you manage to hit in top 1%, then of course you will get more keys, and I think that would compensate the lost keys in the team effort itself. Alright, so that's it. A lot of preparation work needs to be done here. Alright, can you see there just now that work? This job that is on second round, 1/25, small EP, huge quantities to be delivered. Of course, there are various strategies people apply when they send their trains out in terms of resource optimization. So what is this resource optimization I'm talking about? Generally, people watch out for the so-called train capacity that can do that job. So imagine you have an 80 capacity train and you have others like 40 capacity trains. but because if you have planned properly, you could have sent that 80 capacity train to do that job instead of sending 240s. So in that case, you save one dispatcher. You've got to understand that dispatchers are limited, but trains may not. But that is only generally for so-called single restriction requirements, right? So there are some people who have said that they will dismantle every single duplicate, but I don't think that is a fair command, because generally if you are faced with a triple restriction, you do know that you need those duplicates to do that job. So if you are forced to do that triple restriction job with just one train, I think that would be good luck to you. So do not dismantle legendary, and if possible epic as well. Unless you have huge quantities of those rare, you can go ahead and dismantle them. For commons, I think there's no doubt you can dismantle them, because you'll always be getting them whenever you go for the 100 key container or 200 key container sometimes. So that's it. Really appreciate your rare train or epic train and legendary trains. Especially legendary, it's not easy to come by. Dismantling them for parts is totally not worth it. Where to get golden parts? You can buy them from the store sometimes using your coins. If not, you can get parts during the mini events like delivery challenge, or sometimes they give it to the Train Tycoon mini event. So that's it. Even in this event itself, you can change for parts if you do not need the trains. So do not dismantle trains. I think dismantle common trains by all means, go ahead, but not rare and above. Rare, unless you have a lot of duplicates of them, then by all means, okay? But by not dismantling train, you are holding up so-called parts that may be useful. So you really have to assess whether you need those trains or not. So generally, if you are confident they have more than sufficient trains, example, if you have like 9 dispatcher, example, and then you have 10 of the similar kind in terms of diesel type or something, then probably you can go ahead and dismantle. Alright, so that's how I meant by triggering juggle on resources, so as to unlock those useful parts, at the same time keeping a good quantity of trains and the types of trains, so that would so-called ease your requirement in terms of those triple restriction requirements, these deliveries itself. Alright, so that's it. We have covered so-called the EPs of a tiny EP, huge quantity of the disastrous second round. Definitely third round you expect even more in terms of the quantity. So it's very unlike those events where they motivate people to complete 100%. Once you completed so-called 100% itself, you'll be rewarded with 70 EP. So definitely this event is affirmed that it is not an event that encourages you to complete 100%. So please do apply 99% strategy. Okay, so I think this is really important. You've got to bear this in mind, otherwise you'll regret. Alright, so now preparation work, as I mentioned again. Alright, I'll speak later. Oh, those noisy trains. Alright, let's go to France then. Okay, so do remember to keep your factories to the brim. A lot of requirements are requiring, I'll say milk, as a wool. Alright, so please make sure you have lots of them. And of course, you know the raw materials by now, saw blades, nails, I think it's copper. Yeah, so generally make sure you have tons of them ready, especially copper. Alright, copper I think needs about half an hour. So likewise, things are really important that you should have stored up. Those that really take a long time to make. So make sure you have those in the output tray. Input tray, make sure you have a lot of furnitures and sample chairs, so you can convert and cancel that order. And tables as well, that you can get back your saw blades and nails. So this is generally how I work this in terms of preparation work. Okay, some of these items are taking like 25 minutes. So get them ready. I mean, 20 minutes, 25 minutes is a long time. Don't always have those videos to help you. Alright, so I wish you good luck in the next competition. Goodbye.